Anti-grazing laws and banning of open grazing is a satanic agenda to destroy our means of livelihood. Those will lead to a serious humanitarian crisis as families will be destabilized, market and economic livelihood will be disrupted. The laws will lead to massive cross-border migration that will create further security challenges for the country.
When I went last to see President Tinubu, he was not very happy on the situation of Abia. And I gave him my word that we are going to work hard. We are going to work hard to bring back Abia to be very strong union like any other state. And the president knows that we, as leaders of Abia, are capable of doing that. So, and we are going to do that. We are calling all leaders. Nobody will be left behind. We are in government. Everybody must rule with us. If anybody doesn't want to rule with us, we rule him. So it's better they join us to rule with us. So I believe that we'll achieve our desire, because the most important thing is for the party to be very strong and speak very loudly in our.
Yes, we must come to reality, and that's what we are talking about today. You know, the infiltration of Fulanis in eastern part of the country by doing everything possible to install Fulani-led or impose governors in the eastern part of the country influenced by Fulanis, just like what we saw in Imo State. And for Uzor Kalu to come from all the way from Abuja and start telling the whole world that Tinubu does not want Alex Otti as governor in Abia State wonders everybody. Tells you that, you know, the man Uzor Kalu has already been caged. We know when everything started happening. This is somebody who became governor in 1999 to 2007 or thereabout, 1999 to 2007. Yes, if I can remember, PDP. You know, he had about 8 years. How many roads was he able to do? It's less than 30 roads. We are talking about a governor that is less than few years in office and has done over 100 and something, 70 or more roads in Abia State. And this will have the effrontery to come to Abia State to tell the whole world that Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not want Alex Otti, as governor in that state. That baffles a lot of people. We're not talking about over 7 billion looted as at 1999. The date, and he is in the category of branded looters as governors in Abia State. Also, Kalu is one of them, even though the case is still pending. You know, suddenly they threatened him with that case, and he saw, everybody saw what happened. You know, 7 billion. We're not talking of that one. We have Theodoji, the same thing. We have Ibazu, the same thing. Now, Abia is trying to see a little light in leadership, and Uzor Kalu is telling us that Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not want Alex Otti as governor. Well, just a stress message to everyone to understand that, you know, what we are seeing in Abia State or in the eastern part of the country currently now as I'm speaking to you is that most of these governors have to go as far as getting endorsement from Fulanis, governors, traditional rulers, Sultan of Sokoto, before they can be installed as governor. And when they are installed as governor, what do? They do the bidding of the Fulanis. Go and check the record. Can you mention one Hausa man in the north who is a Hausa governor?
No.
There's none like that. All of them are, all the 19 states governors in that northern part of the country are all Fulanis. And you can see, that's why you see Fulanis infiltrating Enugu State, going to Ebonyi State, going to Delta, going to all these places, because the governors you are seeing have not come to govern. They only came to open the door to create more room where the Fulani governors and their leaders politically will continue to engineer Islamization and Fulanization in the eastern part of the country in reference to the conquest agenda that's already spreading all over the country. But one thing I want to make it very clearly is that Alex Otti is currently trying to see how he can put Abia at the global table, and we do not need the advice of the serving senator Uzor Kalu to come and tell us that the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not. That means what they are planning is having looked at Abia as where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came from, and you know what the significance of it. We are talking about God's own state. You know, the only state remaining in the entire eastern region that is not Fulani imposed governor. Now, they went all over the place. They went to their meeting. Where they sat, everywhere they have agreed. Now, they sent Uzor Kalu because he collected 250 billion meant for Southeast Development Commission. And that money was not meant for, we know what is happening. That money was money meant to deliver the entire Eastern region to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his Fulani Abuja people. And that is the truth. And so, by so doing, you will see a lot of infiltration in Abia State. You will see a lot of Fulani is coming there because the governor will not be able to checkmate them as the chief security officer of the state. So, for you to have gone and said, what does Bola Ahmed Tinubu want in Abia State? Which kind of governor does he want in Abia State, apart from the people's governor? Which kind of governor does actually Bola Ahmed want in? You see, that is what we are talking about, that these people has automatically, sold out completely our collective destiny, and which is going to bring a lot of resistance. We are not talking about that. There's a report somewhere that with what Alex Otti have done with the security of Abia by bringing in ESN to make sure that, of course, that is the sole target of establishing ESN, to make sure that there is no grazing, there is no Fulani, there is no whatever armed Fulani terrorists that region is being sighted anywhere in Abia forest or an Abia environment. And I must give it to the ESN, and I must give it to Nnamdi Kanu for that vision, that is being celebrated all over Nigeria today. There's nobody that is not talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Even his enemies. You see what happened in Cameroon recently, where the chief judge of the Cameroon government made a very clear statement that he has picked interest on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there's nowhere, anywhere in the world where such person can be tried. That Nigeria is just delaying the time, and the time will elapse in no distant time where the whole world will come and celebrate and recognize Biafra. And that's the one will tell the people. They said Hope Uzodinma is apologizing. Well, I wonder what Uzor Kalu should be thinking about now. He doesn't want a Fulani man as governor in that state. What is Tinubu's interest in trying to impose a Fulani governor in Abia State? For the first time, we know that they are not happy with what is happening in Abia State, because the governor there, have shown resilience, have resisted any form, because this is a governor that the people actually voted for. It was not imposed by anybody, like what we normally see in Imo State. So the fact still remains that there should be no room by the Abia themselves to allow such a story or such a plan being put by Uzor Kalu and Tinubu and the Fulani elders or leaders, political leaders in the north, to impose a Fulani governor in Abia State. That will not actually work, and I can tell you that. And anybody that is campaigning, I don't know what you mean by saying that Tinubu is not happy. I don't know what you mean by that. That Tinubu is not happy. The question is, are Abians actually happy with what Alex Otti doing in that state? The present governor under Labour Party, are Abians happy with that? Then why come and start telling Abians? because you have already seen that, how long will these people continue to, throw our collective destiny and resources to the Fulanese just because they want to retain one political ambition or position or the other. That is not acceptable. He has given you 250 billion as the chairman of Southeast Development Commission. Go and do whatever you. Nobody concerned. Now, others are not interested. Igbo youths are not interested. What everybody is focusing now is how they are going to have their own sovereignty. Because that's what it looks like, and that's what is coming. I want to celebrate Igbo leaders, Igbos all over the world, especially those who are in the category of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, those who Dr. Ngozi Oragbeze, and other eminent, prominent, responsible and responsive Igbo men who are all over the world trying to get, seek for solidarity for the restoration and recognition of Biafra as a sovereign entity. The same thing is happening in Delta State. The same thing is happening in Enugu State. Enugu State, you can see the outcry everywhere. I wonder what Peter Mba is actually up to at this point. Even though we have been hearing stories of how he sent delegates of the traditional Enugu State traditional law to go and pay homage to the Sultan of Sokoto. Whatever agreement they have there is not our business. But the fact is that Enugu State at the global level now is being reported on daily basis. There is genocide that is going on there. Then how can we, at this point again, start thinking of having another Fulani imposed governor in Abia State? That would be very devastating and a very big mark of disrespect for the IPOB leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in concentration in DSS custody close to 5 years or thereabout now. And we have not seen Uzor Kalu saying anything. We have not seen anybody from that extraction. We have not seen the governor doing anything. You can see what Yahoo, the commander, Biafran Liberation Army commander, said about Hope Uzodinma recently. Maybe that was what triggered why Hope Uzodinma said he has given his life to Christ. That is not our business, but if we know we are keeping records of all these things. Igbos are watching. A lot of people are watching the development and how they keep on bringing Fulani sponsored or tailored governors to impose on Eastern region so that they continue to have their way. I wonder how governors of the Eastern region can not be able to stand up in unity and resist these Fulani killings in the Igbo land, and especially in Enugu, especially now that ESN is very active. They need to be supported, they need to be powered, because one of the reasons why ESN was created many years ago by the visionary himself, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has already seen what is going to happen in the future. They have already seen the danger. They don't know what Igbos are going through in Nigeria, in Lagos, in other places. Their business is being demolished. A lot of this is being handled. There's this jealousy, there's this anti-Igbo sentiment, there's this Igbophobia everywhere. And to an extent, we are seeing it physically, politically, and otherwise. Look at the federal level. At the federal level, we have only the deputy speaker there, Benjamin Kalu. What is he saying? We have Umahi. What is he saying? All of them. What are they saying? They have successfully, shown that they were not in their own making. They were not in their state of mind. They were being ordered or tailored or sponsored or anyhow by these elements of Usman Dafodio. And for him to happen to Abia State, for them to bring a governor, of Fulani extraction. Yes, let me put it that way. Because here in the West, we have Arabic Yorubas. You can see what is happening. There's no Igbo man in this administration currently now. Tinubu, we cannot talk about any Igbo man holding a prominent position there currently now. But these people will come and still telling you the only governor we are looking at, maybe that will set a pace for other people to, learn from there. Now, this man came and said one of the mandate that was given to him by Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to make sure that Alex Otti is being removed as governor. It's less for Alex Otti to know that now that the information has been passed to him correctly, to decide what next to do. And secondly, in preparation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release and from what is happening all over the world, we are going to see how it is going to play out at the end of the day. But I can tell you, the Abians are watching how Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Uzor Kalu, and his Fulani Igbos are going to impose a Fulani governor in Abia State. Abians are watching. They want to see how that is going to play out. But let me tell you, the conquest agenda is real, according to Doji Bello, the head of Boko Haram. And let me just put it that way: Boko Haram in Nigeria. He said it is clear, it is an agenda, and they are not stopping. And you can see the extent of killing that is going on everywhere, that to an extent that has attracted global attention. And you are coming to tell or somebody who has made sure that no life is lost, Abia is secure, ESN is working perfectly. In fact, he rejected anything that has to do with the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army, the DSS, who have already told us to defend ourselves. And actively, as ESN is, professional as they are, they have been able to make sure that there's some level of sanity in Abia State Forest, and they are already thinking of what they're going to do, in Enugu State and some other Igbo states too. And you're telling us this. Well, also Kalu should remember, that our time speaks for everything, and at the right time, everything that happens or he says will be put on the table for everyone to look at it and feast on it. Well, I can tell you that Alex Otti is on the right path if he doesn't deviate, and you should make sure that anybody that's going to come in, the audience should vote for him. If they love Alex Otti, leave this man they call out. We don't know how he managed to went back to the Senate, because we know that there was fraudulent of charges against him running to over 7 billion. As I'm talking about, 1999 to 2007, when he was governor for 8 years. How many roads did he build? So those things are still there. We are looking at it, the way it is. But for somebody to come out at this point and say, somebody in Abuja said he doesn't like Alex Otti, and it's going something must be done, will be resisted by many Abians. And secondly, in preparation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and of course, it will be a very big slap if Alex Otti does not put his ass together, just like what we are seeing happening in Rivers State. The same thing, they want to bring this Baba Sobe politics down to the eastern part of the country. That are simple as that. So what Uzor Kalu want to tell Abians at the end of the day is that he has actually been infected with the virus of Baba Sobe or Fulanization, and the only thing that's left for him is to now carry the message to his constituency where he is represented in Asurok. But that would leave a very big margin or space for people to begin to have a rethink of what is going to happen to Alex Otti if he's coming back for the second time. Of course, Abians knows what to do. They know what to do at the end of the day. And remember, this is the state where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the international acclaimed freedom fighter, renowned, recognized all over the world, that's the state. And we should not allow that state to fall into an element of unquestionable character. That is the message. Before we look at different other ones, I want to say that the governor of Abia State, I've not met him, I've not seen him, but from what we are seeing, it's like he's trying to make sure that Abia State is repositioned for a proper development. It has not been easy. Abia State has not been blessed with good governors and good leadership, but we hope that it comes to that point. And also, Engineer Abaribe, who made a very resounding comment concerning the issue that has to do with the Abians joining the Nigerian military, the issue of IPOB tagged as terrorists, while those who are terrorists, who are actually terrorists themselves, are being asked to come and dialogue. They spread the table for them to dialogue. At the end of the day, they will now be taken to Nigerian army, and they call them repentant Boko Haram. I can tell you that the Igbo leaders, especially the Ohanes, they need to be very sensitive at this point in time. I understand that, when we are hearing that repentant Boko Haram, we are being deposited, and let me just use that word like that, in the eastern part of the country. a lot of things have already happened, and a lot of things was happening within that era where they were using different locations, and they say they are bringing repentant Boko Haram to under Buhari. We saw it clearly, but you can see how insensitive this governor then were, to the extent that they don't know, because they were put there by the Fulani, they were imposed by the Fulani. So you who pays the piper dictate the tone. Let the Igbo youth begin, the leaders begin to understand that at this point in time, until we get our freedom, that the world recognize Biafra as a sovereign nation, we need to be sure of who is going to become governor of those called Igbo states. And of course, in Delta, even though we are hearing that with a lot of money being thrown around the corner, the governor of Enugu State is about to join APC. We also hear in the rumor that our brother Simi Fubara is also about to join APC. We are also hearing, but unfortunately, the only person they didn't mention was Alex Otti of Abia State. That sends you a strong signal that the man is focused and he knows what he actually wanted. There's no governor in this part of the country that will see the way things are going to an extent. Former ex-generals are calling for self defense for their community. We saw the one that just recently played out by Danjuma. You can see the outcry there. Even though they contributed to what is happening to Nigeria today, at what point can this kind of confession and repentance, be justified with the kind of lives that were taken as a result of their wickedness and lack of foresight to know that these people you are fighting for, or these people you believed in, has come back, and they are. And this one happened right in Gowon's village. I think we don't know Gowon's whereabouts at this point in time, and we don't even know Danjuma's whereabouts at this time. We don't know whether they have fled the middle belt at the end of the day or whatever that is going to happen. But the Easterners should be careful when the Northerners are trying to play their politics again. They have started coming with different calculations at this point in time that as long as Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains there will be no peace until he exits the Aso Rock, and there's nobody that's going to vote for him come 2027. Maybe also Kalu them and the rest of them are not seeing it very clearly that Nigeria is gradually coming to the end. Go ask Matthew Kuka and Tunde Bakare the statement that was credited to them. They opened up on the development happening within the country and how the nation can slump. It is not by these are these things that have been calculated and have been seen by people who believe in the truth, and that's what Mazen Kanu is talking about. And you can see the whole Eastern governors. Thank God they came out and said one person, and who is happens to be the chairman of Eastern governors. I'm talking about Hope Uzor, is responsible, trying to make sure, because he was instructed by the Fulani, and the Fulani doesn't want like what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, the campaign. But thank God, it has been taken up by other prominent Igbo sons and daughters, and is spreading the message all over the world, and there's this solidarity by world leaders to see that Biafra gains